Let's look at 2 Corinthians 3:18. But we all, with unveiled face, beholding as in a mirror the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from glory to glory, just as by the Spirit of the Lord. The meaning here, the phrase from glory to glory, actually means out from glory into glory. It describes progressive movement, the believer moving out from one degree of revealed glory into a fuller manifestation of that same glory. This is not different kinds of glory, but a continual unveiling of the same Christ life. The glory within becoming visible without. Paul connects this transformation to beholding, looking as in a mirror. We become what we behold. The Spirit shows us Christ's glory within. And as we continue to gaze on Him, His image transforms us outwardly. The word transformation means to change form, to be transfigured, to take on a new appearance. The Spirit transforms us from one measure of glory to another, from inward revelation to outward manifestation. Here's a tabernacle blueprint. The tabernacle was God's visible pattern of dwelling among His people. Every part reveals the stages of transformation, from salvation to sanctification to full communion with God. Each step represents moving out from one glory into another. Look at Exodus 25, verse 8. Let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them. God's intention was always manifested presence, His glory dwelling with and within His people. Let's look first at the outer court. This is redemption glory. We have the brazen altar, which is the sacrifice, and the laver, which is washing of water. The spiritual meaning here, this is where salvation begins. We encounter God's mercy through the blood of the Lamb and cleansing through the water of the Word. Look at Ephesians 5, verse 26, so that He might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of the water with the Word. Here, His glory is revealed in forgiveness, justification, and new birth. It's the first reflection of Christ in us, the starting point of glory. Out from glory, the moment you step out of sin and into His light, His image begins to form in you. Look at Exodus 27, 1 through 8. It gives a description of the altar. Then we go to Titus 3, verse 5, and it says, washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit. In 1 Corinthians 6, verse 11 says, you were washed, sanctified, justified. The reflected light of salvation is God's glory, the first encounter with God's mercy and forgiveness. This is out from glory, the starting point of divine transformation. Now we have the holy place. You have the lampstand, which is illumination by the Spirit. The table of showbread, this is communion with Christ. The altar of incense, this is worship and intercession. This corresponds to into glory. Here the believer grows in understanding, fellowship with Christ, and intimacy through the Spirit. It's the glory of renewed mind and spiritual insight. You no longer live by outer light, natural reasoning, but by inner illumination, the Spirit's revelation within the soul. Into glory, as your mind is renewed, your soul begins to reflect the same image you behold in the Spirit. Psalms 119, verse 105 says, your word is a lamp to my feet. In John 6:51, he says, I am the living bread. In Revelation 8, 3 and 4, the prayers of the saints ascend before God. Glory, the light of revelation, understanding God's way, walking by inner illumination rather than outer sight. This is into glory, the stage where Christ's mind and heart begin to shape your inner man. Now we have the most holy place. This is the manifested glory. Key elements is Ark of the Covenant, God's throne, mercy seat, presence of divine glory, Shekinah light, no natural light, only the radiance of God himself. This represents the believer's full union with God, spirit, soul, and body under the rule of his presence. Here there is no veil, no separation, no shadow, only direct communion. Christ's image is perfectly mirrored through the believer. In Hebrews 9, 3-5, talks about behind the second veil, the Ark of the Covenant. Colossians 1, verse 27 is Christ in you, the hope of glory. 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 23, may your whole spirit, soul, and body be preserved blameless. The word glory, the indwelling presence, the believer as the habitation of God through the Spirit. Ephesians 2, verse 22, in whom you also are being built together into a dwelling of God in the Spirit. This is the fullness of transformation. Glory revealed through glory within. Let's look at this pattern here, spirit, soul, and body, the mirror of God's glory. You have the tabernacle area, the outer court, then the work of the Spirit, which is salvation. The part of man is the body. The type of glory is redeeming glory. And then it's cleansing, forgiveness, and justification. Then you have the holy place, and the work of the Spirit is sanctification. The part of man is the soul, and the type of glory is the revealing glory. And then you have renewal of mind, communion, and intercession. And then most holy place, the work of the Spirit is union. The part of man is spirit. The type of glory is resting glory, indwelling presence, divine likeness. God's glory works from the inside out, begins in your spirit, Christ formed in you, flows through your soul, your mind renewed, emotions are healed, and manifests through your body. Your life becomes his temple. The mirror principle, the reflection of Christ. Paul says we are beholding as in a mirror the glory of the Lord. The mirror is both the Word and the Spirit. As we gaze into Christ through the Word, the Spirit reflects that same image back into us. When the mirror is clean, a pure heart, the reflection is clear. When the mirror is distorted, flesh, sin, and unbelief, the image is unclear. Matthew 5:8 says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Seeing is becoming. Purity leads to clarity, and clarity leads to conformity. The Spirit's role, the agent of glory. In 2 Corinthians 3:18, at the end it says, just as from the Lord, the Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the agent of transformation. He takes what belongs to Christ and reveal it in us. John 16:14, he will glorify me, for he will take of mine and will disclose it to you. He moves us out from glory into glory, continually unveiling the image of Christ within until our reflection becomes identical to his. Romans 8:11, but if the Spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you, he who raised Christ Jesus from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies through his Spirit who dwells in you. Living from glory to glory. First, behold intentionally. Spend time in the Word, not for information, but for transformation. Second, surrender continually. Let the Spirit renew your thoughts and attitudes daily. Third, guard your heart. Proverbs 4:23 says, watch over your heart with all diligence, for from it flow the springs of life. The heart is the mirror through which glory reflects. Fourth, walk in fellowship. the more you commune with him, the clearer his likeness shines through. And last, expect progression. Every trial, revelation, and act of obedience moves you into a new degree of glory. The word from glory to glory is the journey of the Spirit leading us from redemption to revelation, to habitation, from being forgiven to being enlightened, to becoming the very dwelling place of his presence. Out from glory. This is the beginning of his work in you, Christ revealed in your spirit. In glory, the completion of his likeness through you. Some key scripture, 2 Corinthians 3:18, from glory to glory. Romans 8:29, conform to his image. Romans 12:2, renewing of the mind. Exodus 40:34 and 35, the glory filled the tabernacle. John 1:14, we beheld his glory. And Colossians 1:27, Christ in you, the hope of glory. Thanks for listening.